Welcome back to the BDTV Breakfast Show. This is the social listening segment. My name is Elizabeth Musa, and I'm here on the show with Mr. Obidike Okafor, our social analyst. How are you doing, Mr.
I'm
Obidike?
very fine, thank you.
Great. So here on the show this morning, we're bringing to you some of the top trends making the rounds on social media. And quite interestingly, as you would expect, we will be touching on Tems. Tems obviously won by the Grammys over the weekend at the Grammys, and it
Yes.
was really exciting news. A great time for Nigeria. Firstly, how do you feel about that?
This is not the first time she's winning, but the first time she won, it was a collaboration. It wasn't just her. But this time around, it's Tems. I'm not surprised she won, actually, because if you follow her in the past 1 year, she has made a huge splash. You know, Grammys is mostly people who, if you make it in the US market, your chance of winning a Grammy is higher. I noticed a lot of musicians. She has been, meeting a lot of big musicians in the US, having interactions with them looking forward to making music with her and all of that. So it only made sense. And I think it's huge, and I'm so happy for her.
And let's also talk about Thames's rise to fame. Many people will say that she's one of the people that happen to be very lucky in the space of time in which she has, started out as a musician, or when she came to our faces, the space of time and her achievement. And obviously, Tems is an A-list artist, so the people who had even been there before her, even the A-list artists that have been there before her, some of them haven't even won a Grammy yet. Some of them haven't even been nominated yet. But Tems has had this ascension to stardom that many people would call rapid, and personally, I call it just being a child of grace, because I'm a Christian. So for me, it's that ascension to fame, and I completely loved her speech. She was a little bit unprepared, but I love that she gave all of the glory to God in her speech, and when she was thanking for the award. But over the years, Tems has had this discography that I would say is really commendable. Songs, some Nigerians, I saw in the comment section some Nigerians saying that Tem, but we don't know these songs now. It's not like we really vibe to this song, but it's the global appeal of the songs beyond what people are saying. Because I don't know, are you one of the Nigerians that believe that people don't really vibe to our songs like that in Nigeria?
Well, to be honest, Tems is one person who has, she has done things in her own terms.
On her own terms.
On
I
her
love
own
that.
terms. So
Yeah.
she has tried to strike a balance, create songs that will appeal to the Nigerian public, and then create songs that will appeal to the global audiences. And why this is so is because her interactions with a lot of these musicians she has met, Rihanna and all of them, has given the kind of exposure she has gotten, has given her some wisdom to know that, okay, create music that cuts across all colors, all races. Don't just think about creating music for Nigerians, but also think about creating music that will appeal to a global audience. And that's what she has done, and it has paid off at the long run. I think for me, what I find rather ironic in all of this is Tems won a Grammy, not for the first time, not for the first time, but first time on her own, as in for her own album. And the talk wasn't even, the majority of the talk after she won wasn't really about Tems winning a Grammy. It was the usual back and forth of everybody going after Davido, saying, you that have been trying to do this, you've not won it, but see Tems. And then some people even going as far back as poking at the fact that we have people who have been nominated for Grammys who have never won, and then this young girl comes out from nowhere and wins a Grammy before people who have been. Sunny Ade has been nominated twice. Femi Kuti has nominated like 6 times. Shion has nominated once. And all of that before Burna Boy came and like
grabbed the award,
broke the circle.
With all
funny enough,
Wizkid
actually won a Grammy. Grammy.
He did win a Grammy.
But for the album, the collaboration album for that One Love, for the film, the Bob Marley film, they did the soundtrack.
So and I wonder why it just on the day itself, no one was really talking about that. Everyone was talking about Tems. I don't know if Wizkid and not just Wizkid and Bloody Civilian. I don't know if if that is being looked upon as maybe like less than in a way, because it's not really.
I think people are looking upon it at less than.
Because because who received the award?
No, every musician is entitled to a plaque that was on that. That was on that album.
But was Wizkid present? I'm not sure Wizkid was present.
No, Wizkid wasn't. It wasn't at the Grammy. It was
so who received that award?
It would be
that particular one.
It would be the people who are
exactly. So I think that's why. But let's just provide a little bit of a background to Tems's award. Of course, at the 67th Grammy Award, she secured the award with her song "Love Me Jeje," beating "Tomorrow" by Yemi Alade, which was also on the nomination list, and MMS by Asake, which also featured Wizkid. Wizkid is known for always being nominated somehow with his songs, and also Sensational by Chris Brown featuring Davido and Jeje, and Higher by Burna Boy. Obviously, we had lots of people rooting for Davido and Jeje. Davido, especially because everyone, Davido is a crowd favorite. Everyone just loves Davido. Now, of course, this is Tems' second Grammy win.
Yes.
South Africa Styler won the award for her hit "Water" in 2024 in the category's first edition. The category that Tems won, and Tems received 3 nominations at this year's Grammys, bringing our total in her career to 8. She was also nominated for Best Global Music Album for Born in the Wild. That was the album, and also Best R&B Song for Burning. For me, 3 Grammys, 3 Grammy nominations. This year's Grammy for a career that's just half a decade is wild. Very commendable.
I'll just say something here. I think Tems is a good student of music. She looked at the older generation, took lessons from there, looked at the younger generation, took lessons from there, and all of that paid off at the end of the day. And she's focused and she's determined, and she keeps growing and keep learning. A lot of young people easily get distracted, but this young lady is not distracted, and she's doing amazing.
That's also shout out to our team, because it's always important to have so many people are also, when you said she's a good student of music and all of that, I was thinking to myself, there are many of them. There's Arasta, there is loads of them. Bloody Civilian, highly underrated. Truckload of them. Yemi Alade has been putting Africa on the map for years now. I really, really was rooting for Yemi Alade as well, because Yemi Alade is that one artist. See how she was dressed. She dressed in a night
funny enough, some people say that they want. You're not the only person. I know quite a number of people that wanted
Jeje and all of
Yemi Alade to win.
Yemi Alade has consistently been very consistent about pushing Africa, pushing Nigeria precisely, because she's very keen on Africa, the African stage, and she's consistently done that. You don't hear Yemi Alade sound and think, oh, is this like an R&B artist? You don't think that. You listen to Yemi Alade and just you feel the African vibe. So I genuinely want her to win. Although we know that for the Grammys, there's a whole lot involved.
Yeah, there's so much
beyond your
involved.
talent. You also you have to understand how to put your PR together, your lobbying
and then,
together.
Of course, you have to
all of those things have to be tight.
Apart from that, you have to be. See, to be honest with you, the one way to win a Grammy is to ensure that the American public, the American music sector know who you are.
Also, I
It
think also
helps
the
a lot.
Grammy. I also think the Grammy committee as well.
Yes,
That's
and
also
Grammy
really
committee.
important.
Very
And
important.
Tems has a really solid. I know the guys on Tems team, Don Awoni, Show Them Camp, and the likes. They understand. So when you were saying they understand, those are the people doing the
That's the
actual
work.
work. They are the
Mm.
ones because when they were singing, I mean the Show Them Camp guys, they were doing their thing. But you know, at some point you realize that maybe not that it's not their music was good, but them venturing to this side of managing terms, you know, it's like okay, you have this export that you know that okay, I see that this let's with all
Let's
that we know.
no, let's
Sometimes it's
push it.
just understanding the strategy, like wait. They could as well just still be singing and everyone just knows, oh, Show Them Camp is good and they're just in one corner. But they understood and they're pushing terms forward. And that particular circle, I love it so much. They're epic. They're epic circle. But it would be nice to see the comments that people have made on this on social media very briefly because we don't have loads of time. It would be nice to see some of the comments. But really shout out to Thames. Ferry Sal says, that's awesome. Tems with her Grammy Award for Love Me Jeje. It's such a proud moment. She truly deserves all the recognition she's getting. Let's see if we have one more comment. Adunia Law says, she achieved all this while maintaining modesty. Nah, I don't believe. But let's see if we have more reactions. Okoye McDonald says, to be honest, I don't know the song, but I love it for us in Nigeria. I get. That's Tiny Mafia says, knew it. The American influence on the music is insane. I think that's what you're also alluding to.
I think for me, one of the reasons why this Thames winning for that specific song is significant because the original Love Me Jeje was sung by Shola Show.
Sheyi Shodumu.
Shodumu.
Yes,
Years
alongside
like
Shafi Bello.
alongside Shafi Bello years ago. And the music wasn't even recognized anywhere outside of the country. In fact, Shay lived abroad. So he lived in UK. So he tried to push the music then, and the music was literally shut down. But now it has reincarnated and has even won a Grammy. So I think it's also its historical significance of how we've moved from not being recognized to Afrobeats to the world is something that we should, look at that trajectory and be proud of.
I think also Thames, this entire story with Shea Shodimo having sang that song at that time and it wasn't accepted, and now Thames is winning a Grammy for it, also tells you something. There's time for everything. There's time and chance happens to all. It's a lot that we can never ever be able to look or put aside. It just so happens like let's all pray that we're doing the right things and the right time. Like it could be the right thing, but at that time it wasn't, it wasn't the in thing. But now Africa is like that place. Everyone is trying to
access it.
All eyes on Africa, all eyes on Nigeria. So it's very it's that time for Nigeria. It's that time for Africa, like we always say.
Yes. For what's his name? Chris Brown to be even nominated with other Africans. I just found that very interesting.
Isn't it? Because there was a time no Nigerian will be nominated in a Grammy. Are you serious? We used to just watch it from afar.
Now we are dominating.
We used to watch it from afar, and we're so. One thing about Nigerians, one thing I like about us is how loud we are about everything. You begin to think that we're even the ones that created the Grammys because it was so loud. But there was a time that no one was even thinking about. But that's as much as we can take today. I mean, lots of things trending on social media as always, but for today we have to bring it to a halt on this topic. But thank you so much, Mr. OBDK, for your time today.
Thank you.
This has been the social listening segment here on the BDTV Breakfast Show. My name is Elizabeth Musa. Keep watching BDTV.